America West Arena already up and rocking as we take a look at the starting lineup for this Game 7 between the Rockets and the Phoenix Suns. For Houston, Kenny Smith and Clyde Drexler are in the backcourt. Up front, Hakeem Olajuwon is flanked by Robert Horry and Pete Chilcutt. And the head coach of the Houston Rockets, Rudy Tomjanovich, 27-19 career playoff record. For the Phoenix Suns, here is the starting lineup. Kevin Johnson and Wesley Person in the backcourt. Up front, Joe Klein with Charles Barkley and A.C. Green. Paul Westphal in his third season as the head coach of the Phoenix Suns is 25-18 in the postseason. What do you guys look for today?
The big question is how Barkley is going to start this game. Normally in this situation, he'd come out, try to can a three-pointer. The guy had very little warm-up, did not run. You look in his eyes deep before the game. There's a little bit of doubt and question in there as to how healthy he is. That man, Kevin Johnson, will have to respond. But next time, hit you in the hands that time.
Johnson on the drive. And here come the Rockets. Smith.
Easy opportunities early in the clock.
Kevin Johnson outside. A.C. Green. A.C. Green's long shot has been off in the postseason.
The Barkley's easy gate. Normally he would drive that rebound up himself.
Barkley forces his way in, got the basket and drew the foul. Houston just 1 out of 5. Kevin Johnson open. Got it. Kevin Johnson down the lane. Rudy Tomjanovich says timeout.
Fine, he just can't explode to the hoop.
Chilcutt on the other side. Wesley Person for 3. And Olajuwon with the rebound. Long outlet for Drexler, who will put it up.
That's a terrible shot. Hakeem barely got the rebound on his second effort, overthrew the outlet to the deep corner, and you pull up off that catch and shoot a 3.
Johnson outside, Joe Klein. That shot has been there all series long for Joe Klein. For personal reasons, Carl Herrera out with a separated shoulder. Here's Barkley.
Illegal defense on Olajuwon.
And Barkley hits the fall away. Drexler inside. Clyde Drexler.
And get the high percentage shot.
Come right back to it.
Drexler again.
This is a play. The way Drexler.
Kevin Johnson down the lane. 1 second. Elliot Perry lost it out of bounds as time expired. A very poor offensive performance here in the first by the Houston Rockets, but Kevin Johnson and Charles Barkley lead the way. After 1, the Suns lead the Rockets 26-13.
Only road team that's ever won the 7th game since coming back from being down 3-1 has been the Celtics in '68, Russell's 10th championship.
That one falls for Sam Cassell.
Shots.
Now you're saying that now, but when you talked to him before the game, you didn't give him that advice.
Olajuwon hits his first from the floor.
Back in the second quarter.
Guy with a bad leg. I don't believe he's missed a shot yet either.
Missed one, but he's fired up and makes a nice pass to cutting means composure and poise. There's plenty of time, plenty of possessions when they're playing against the Phoenix Suns to get back in the game. Shot clock at 5.
I disagree. I think they're too called.
And Chucky Brown got that shot off just in time.
I think Houston needs to come out and get more physical, more aggressive, get in Barkley's face. They're going to fall so far behind in this game, they're never going to have a chance to get back.
Elliot Perry hits another.
He finished a distant second to the most improved player in the NBA to Dana Barros this year. Just can't play the defense on Sam Cassell, who finally gets within.
Thought he got fouled there.
So did Rudy T. Danny Ainge open for a 3. Danny Ainge playing in his 193rd playoff game, and Drexler scores at the other end.
Look at Ainge. He did everything he could to get back and make this offensive play.
He hits the three out of the corner. Way to go.
Well, the guy that's got to step up now, other than Olajuwon, is Drexler. Drexler's got the ability to take over a quarter and a game. He's got to start making hoops.
Drexler on the drive. Clyde Drexler.
Breaks down, he can also pass the ball out of it.
Terrific ball movement.
Back outside, Ainge for three. Second three-pointer for Danny Ainge.
Faced him up with the ball the end of last year's series.
Olajuwon on the lob over Tisdale. 2%.
Again, but if you look at the scoreboard, they're not in that bad a shape. They haven't played very well, and that's what Rudy's going to be telling his team as we see Dan Majerle drive the ball for the first time in the first half.
4 points for Majerle. 46-31, 2 minutes to play. Olajuwon across the lane. The basket will count, and he'll go to the line.
Danny Ainge has got to be telling us, I'm going to stop passing to Majerle unless he starts making some of those.
Kenny Smith comes back with a two.
Majerle is not a guy that can shoot the ball on the move, so anytime he's dribbling and stopping and popping, his percentage is going to go way down. Now, there's a guy that can make a shot on the move.
Kevin Johnson has 18. Suns by 14 points. Ellie on the baseline.
Their defensive energy is either going to carry them this half or it's going to be the reason that they lose, and they double up on Barkley.
KJ out of the corner. Shot only 15% during the regular season. He's hitting half his three-point shots in the playoffs. Olajuwon inside.
He's looking to pass the ball.
They've got to recognize the injury and let Robert Horry do what Robert Horry can do, which would be make him take fadeaway jump shot.
Wesley Person for three. The rookie out of Auburn. The number 9 three-point shooter during the regular season in the league. Clyde Drexler. Got the bucket and the foul.
Did it hurt anymore?
Not after the 5th or 6th time.
Olajuwon. Chilka off the baseline is there. So the Rockets have come out in the second half shooting the ball much better. It's 59-54.
Moving very badly, and nobody's happier about that than Dennis Rodman.
Drexler and a nice pass from Pete Chilka.
Your defense is going to get hurt.
Speaking of defense, both teams come out shooting well. Kevin Johnson.
Early to try to slow down Drexler. He anticipates a huge explosion.
Kevin Johnson again.
Olajuwon is 10th all-time in the NBA in steals for a center. Remarkable.
Johnson floats down the lane. Turn around by Clyde.
And Paul Westphal is going to say, don't dislocate your other finger, too.
Drexler out of the corner, nails a long three.
It's Drexler's game right now.
Cassell, a little stop and go inside. Got the basket and the foul.
Paul Westphal's got to come with Danny Ainge.
Houston has not led since 2-0. Cassell on the drive. Rockets are within 1, and Phoenix wants time.
Now, Craig.
You will tell us later, though, won't you, Hannah? 3:15 to play.
I'm glad I didn't hear that.
A big foul, though.
Chilcutt for three. And we're tied at 71.
Johnson, they're going to attack him. Cassell has to stay in the game because he's creating problems the other way.
Kevin Johnson. Barkley with the rebound. AC Green.
Cassell continuing to double team Barkley.
Cassell for three. And for the first time since 2-0, Houston leads.
They want Kevin Johnson to be a jump shooter. So that's what they're trying to do. Make him shoot the ball, but they got to rebound the ball. Barkley gets his first rebound and a hoop.
The great inner strength of champions like Charles Barkley take hold.
Cassell to the basket and got the bounce. Rock today.
A couple of Dream Team members from Dream Team 1 coming back out with back-to-back weeks.
Oh, and look at the defensive lapse on the Phoenix Suns. Chilcutt with the easy one.
7th game.
Well, if the guy is playing well, you can. Because that's 12 points they wouldn't have. Kenny Smith is not making that kind of contribution.
5 seconds in the quarter. Kevin Johnson around his man, drives and scores. Horry launches it at the buzzer. Big quarter for the Houston Rockets. Big one for Drexler and Cassell. We've played 12 minutes to play to advance. Houston 81, Phoenix 79.
In a
Play and then finish.
13th turnover against the Suns this afternoon.
And they bring Olajuwon out because they want to post Drexler. They're going to make the defense react.
Robert Horry for three. Houston coming up on 9.5 to play in regulation.
Yeah, they're running the same play, pick and roll, and then posting Charles Barkley and seeing if he can make something happen. 8 on the shot clock.
Ainge with a fall away. Danny Ainge.
You could tell he was going to shoot that before he even touched the ball.
Rockets by 4. Now the pressure on Drexler out front.
Well, the Suns trying to pick up their defensive energy. They're staying a lot closer right now. They're going to make them drive the ball.
Olajuwon and the foul. He is a perfect 16 for 16. Houston by 3. He is approaching Gail Goodrich's mark of 18 straight. Olajuwon with the jump hook.
Right in the crowd is Michael Jordan. He's no longer in the playoffs.
The winner goes to San Antonio for Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals Tuesday night.
Clearing the side. Now this is just going to be Kevin Johnson getting the ball. Now they come back to Charles Barkley on the box.
Ainge again. 4 for 4 and 3-pointers today for Danny.
Right now, this is the 7th game. You cannot be conservative. You can't wait for the referees to bail you out. All of the line.
Ellie back outside to Horry. Horry on the baseline. Got it. Robert Horry.
Need to have cutters going to the basket so he can make a pass to him. They're standing outside. Let's see if they come back to Olajuwon.
Turnaround.
All these huge dividends right now. They don't need timeouts. They don't need a lot of communication.
Kevin Johnson again.
Trying to get it right down.
Akeem with the jump hook. Got the basket and the foul.
Foul trouble and timeouts will be a factor in the closing minutes.
Shot clock at 10. Barkley. Great look down low by Kevin.
Only turnover in the second half. Kevin Johnson.
Kevin Johnson with 45 and a new playoff career high for him. Rockets 108. Suns 107. A minute and a half to play.
Now you know where it's going.
And Olajuwon threw it away.
Shoot the ball, Kevin.
KJ blocked out of bounds by Horry.
And KJ went for 43.
There's a blocking foul on Clyde Drexler.
I'm going to work on it.
Phoenix by 1. Timeout, Houston. Kevin Johnson, a career-high 45 points.
But how about Danny Ainge, who's got
At 8.
Olajuwon.
To go back, and a whistle blows, and a foul is called.
Olajuwon had He can take the weight from the line.
Kevin Johnson, 3 personal. Kenny Smith, 1 out of 2 from the free throw line today. We're tied. Remember, no team has won a Game 7 on the road since Philadelphia won at the Boston Garden in 1982. Houston by 1.
Johnson and Barkley.
These fans saw their Phoenix Suns take a 3-1 lead on the Rockets a year ago and fall. Could they stand it a second straight year?
Somebody for Houston's got to make a big defensive play. Robert Horry may be the guy.
Barkley, the pick for Kevin Johnson, who drives across the lane. Back outside, Marley at 3.
Barkley.
And Johnson with the rebound.
Barkley, it had to be Barkley to keep it alive.
And Johnson fouled on his way to the hoop by Robert Horry. 21.6 to play. Tie game.
Huge effort. Perfect so far.
He misses number 22. And timeout, Rockets. The Rockets have this possession when we
Situation to wait on the play, though.
Mario Elie. Is that the stake through the heart for a second straight season by the Houston Rockets? 7.1 to play when we... Ain. Fouled by Drexler before he got the shot off. Playoff veteran. 100.
Usually on that lane rebounding.
Ain. Hard off the backboard and it goes in. The last thing he wanted.
It's just like a rebound on the high pass.
They had Kenny Smith on the bust out.
Hayes with the steal at the buzzer. And the Houston Rockets are going back to the Western Conference Finals. For the second straight year, the Rockets have knocked off the Phoenix Suns coming from behind 3-1 to eliminate the Suns.